All right, so Predator Badlands was an absolute badass movie. I think that's really what the title of that film should have been, was Predator Badass, because the story was badass, the characters were badass, and it was just a really great mixture of great storytelling, character development, and also action. So it was all three of that balanced together, just really made a great movie. And I gotta say, it was definitely great to watch it in theaters because of where the action takes place in, and just gives you a sense of like you're in this universe right now and you're just along for a wild ride. The predators are actually known as an alien race called the Yakjaws. So the Yakjaws are known for being the deadliest hunters throughout the galaxy. So they hunt for sport and they hunt for honor. So by doing that, they usually prove themselves to be, the most superior, the most alpha race across the whole entire galaxy and universe. In this story, we get to follow a young Yakja named Dek, and Dek is trying to prove to his father that he is a great warrior, which his father doesn't really believe, and actually try to have him executed for that. But he actually escapes and goes on a solo mission to a planet called Genna to defeat and kill the most deadliest creature out there, which is the Khalees, which not even his father was able to do. But the thing is that in that planet Genna, everything there is out to kill you. So it's very interesting in this movie to see that a predator has to fight for its life, whereas like in the previous Predator movies, everybody is trying to fight for their lives against a predator. So while he was in the planet trying to find the creature, he comes across a broken android, an android synthetic to be specific, who is also looking for the creature, but also knows where to find the creature because she and her crew of androids actually got attacked by it. So by working together, they both make their way through this deadly planet and face off against the creature together. Dek is like just more than a killing machine, but he also thinks outside of the box of what his race usually does. At the beginning, you see him fighting against his brother as like just a sparring, and you see him just so frustrated about wanting to be the best, just like his father. But his brother Quay reminds him that he's not his father and that he's Dek. And that's just like a reminder of like, you're not dad, you're better, basically. And you're not trying to be someone that you shouldn't be. And that's like one of the things that makes his role as like a older brother figure so important to Dek, because he wants him to be better than his father, and as well as better than him. You come to find out later too, when you finally see the father of both Dek and Quay, that first fight at the very beginning was actually supposed to be Quay killing and basically executing Dek, because his father saw him as a sign of weakness to the clan and that he needed to be dealt with. But because Quay actually has a bond and a loving side to his younger brother, he refused to kill him. In fact, he actually helps Dek escape to continue on his hunt to prove that he's not weak. And because of that, their father ended up killing Quay right in front of Dek. So this is one of the things that fuels his motivation and his anger to try and hunt down the Khalees. Thea was a very interesting character in this movie too. Like, other than an android, she is a very interesting android, because for her, she was programmed to be able to feel and to have emotions like a human being. And so that's why when she's having conversations with Dek on their journey to find the Khalees, she asks him a bunch of like personal questions, because she wants to learn more about him and also why he does what he does, and if he knows why he does it. Tessa, who is what Thea would consider as a sister, because they're both twins and they both have the same program, which is to feel and have emotion. Tessa, though, on the other hand, is more of like just focusing on the mission and getting the mission done by any means necessary. She actually almost caught the Khalees, but instead she chose to save her sister Thea, which ended up costing her the mission. Mother, who they answer to, was not too happy about this, and so she didn't want to disappoint her mother anymore, and so she decides to do anything and everything to capture the Khalees, even meaning sacrificing Thea in the process, as well as kill Dek and everything else that stood in their way. This is what makes the characters even more unique, is that how they mirror each other. So you have Quay, who is the brother of Dek, and then you have Tessa, who is the sister of Thea, and both have their own different viewpoints of how they were, their upbringing is supposed to be. And so you have Quay, who chose to save his brother, whereas Tessa, who chose to sacrifice everything and everyone that she knows in order to complete the mission. Both Dek and Quay answer to their father, who is the leader, and Thea and Tessa answers to Mother, who's also the leader of the whole entire operation. So it's just so interesting how everything comes together in full circle. One of the things I really loved was when Thea mentions to Dek about a dangerous predator in Earth, which is the wolf. The wolf runs together in a pack, just like the Yaksha run together in a pack. But the difference is that the Yaksha, they're all about survival of the fittest. So if one can't follow with the pack, then they get left behind. Whereas the wolves, they have a leader known as an alpha, who actually doesn't prove to be like a killer, more of like the protector of the group. So that's exactly what gave Dek the idea of like what kind of leader he should be, because for him, he's definitely different, and he's definitely not his father, which is something that his brother Quay and now his new companion Thea tries to teach him. Throughout the journey, Thea uses all she knows of the planet thus far to help Dek get through everything. And this is actually a way of showing Dek that, he doesn't always have to hunt alone. He doesn't always have to fight every battle alone, but with, some help, he can actually achieve many great things. And when it came time for the final battle, he uses everything he's learned from Thea, from his brother, to bring together all the things he's learned from the planet, using everything and every element and every creature that tried to kill him to his advantage, which is pretty much like what a hunter would do, is like using your environment and your surroundings to your advantage. And at the same time, now with all the creatures that he's come across that's now fighting alongside with him, and also with Thea, he now has a pack, just like a wolf. So it also comes in full circle. But otherwise, this was a really great movie. Like I said, great story, great characters, and everything just comes in full circle. And, this is definitely something different from all the other Predator movies I've seen. Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey and Predator Killer of Killers, which I've done some reviews on that too. Definitely check it out. Really great storytelling on both those films, as well as this current one, which he also directed and co-wrote with. So I'm very, very anxious to see what he's got coming next with the next Predator movie. I mean, given how this movie ended, given how this movie was, there's definitely going to be another one coming. So I can already feel it. And if you guys already seen this movie too, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And just what are your thoughts of where this is going to go? I mean, I'm confident that there's going to be another sequel coming up soon. And I know there's going to be a connection between Prey, Predator, Killer of Killers, and now Predator Badlands. And so, like I said, it's a big universe out there in the Predator universe. So let's see, and let's talk theories of where it's going to go to next. And then if you guys haven't done so either, definitely click on that subscribe button. That way you guys could get more updates on any movie reviews or projects and events that I'll be a part of. But until then, guys, this is Jason Lore with Jason Lore Photography and Films, bringing you art, stories, and entertainment. And we'll see you guys at the movies.